There is a book so dangerous, it was studied by dictators, revolutionaries, and the world's most powerful CEOs. It contains the blueprint for brainwashing entire nations. For decades, these tactics have been used to control you without you even realizing it. Here are the 15 laws of mass manipulation from The Dictator's Handbook. Part 1. The Fundamentals of Control. Rule number 1. Pure affirmation. If you want to control a crowd, never use logic. Never use proof. Instead, state your ideas as absolute, undeniable facts. Logic invites debate, but absolute affirmation signals power. The crowd doesn't want the truth, they want certainty. Rule number 2. Repetition. Once you have your lie, repeat it endlessly. Say it in the exact same words, over and over again. This hacks the human brain, bypassing the conscious mind and embedding the idea deep in the unconscious until a lie becomes an automatic belief. Rule number 3. Emotional contagion. Stop talking to individuals. Start triggering the herd. Plant a raw emotion, like fear or outrage, in just a small group. Watch it spread like a virus. In a crowd, you lose your personality and mimic the herd instantly, just to survive. Rule number 4. The manipulation of words. Use magic words. These are words that have no real meaning but trigger powerful hallucinations. Words like liberty, patriot, or enemy. It doesn't matter what the reality is. If you control the label, you control how the crowd sees the world. Rule number 5. The aura of prestige. Never let the crowd see you as human. You must cultivate an aura of distance and mystery. Prestige acts like hypnosis. It paralyzes the crowd's critical thinking, forcing them to follow you blindly, not because you are right, but because you seem untouchable. Part 2. The psychological exploits. Rule number 6. Feed them illusions. The masses have never thirsted after the truth. They crave illusion. If you can feed them the fantasy they want, you become their master. If you try to show them the unpleasant reality, you become their victim. Rule number 7. Radical simplification. Complex problems do not exist. There is only good versus evil, us versus them. The mass mind cannot process nuance. It can only digest simple, violent, binary ideas. Rule number 8. Exaggeration. To be heard, you must scream. Paint your narrative in the boldest, most violent colors possible. Make your hero a god and your enemy a demon. Subtlety is invisible to the crowd. Only the extreme registers. Rule number 9. Absolute intolerance. Act like a king. Show zero tolerance for opposition. Paradoxically, crowds despise kindness. They see it as weakness. They instinctively bow to the leader who exerts absolute, crushing authority. Rule number 10. The secular religion. Don't start a movement, start a cult. Frame your cause as a holy war. Demand worship, not agreement. Humans have a biological need to believe. If you become their prophet, they become immune to logic. Part 3. The darkest tactics. Rule number 11. Grant impunity. Remind the crowd that they are the law. When you are in a large group, you are anonymous. You lose all sense of responsibility. This allows normal people to commit their darkest, most primitive acts without feeling a shred of guilt. Rule number 12. False analogies. Connect two things that have nothing to do with each other to prove your point. Say, the state is a body, and we must cut out the cancer. The crowd accepts the metaphor as scientific fact. Rule number 13. Command the automaton. Stop treating your followers like thinking humans. Treat them like sleeping subjects. The crowd exists in a state of expectant attention, exactly like a hypnosis patient waiting for a command. Rule number 14, the ancestral soul. Invoke the past. Talk about heritage and blood. The dead rule the living. When you align yourself with tradition, you bypass the present moment and hack into their biological programming. Rule number 15, the scapegoat. Finally, and most importantly, give the beast something to hunt. Crowds are naturally destructive. If you don't give them a specific enemy to tear apart, they will eventually turn on you, channel their rage, or be consumed by it. This isn't modern psychology. It isn't a leaked CIA document. This was written in 1895 by a French genius named Gustave Le Bon. His book is called The Crowd. And 130 years later, it is still being used on you every single day.